Hi Stampin' friends. Tonight we're going to use the Ranunculus Romance stamp set. Um, as you can see, it has a lot of things that we would have used in the past for collage style stamping. So I think we'll try that tonight just to see if I still like it, basically. And it has several dies as well. It actually cuts out a little round ranunculus type flower die cut, and then it cuts out each of these. I think this one looks like a delphinium. And it cuts out both of these stems, and then it cuts out a different stem that would be just a die cut. So I think that there are a lot of things that we can do with this set, so I hope you like it. So the first thing I thought I would show you is this die cut. I think it is really cool how it, you could layer it on white, and that would be beautiful. Just kind of imagine putting, it also has this leaf die cut and this little, almost a fleur-de-lis type iris looking die cut. So it has things where you can just do things with a die cut. It also just has this layer. So I cut this out in two different colors. I used the pale papaya, and then I used the petal pink under it. So you can use this with a variety of colors, but I kind of like the way, I don't know if you can even see the difference on this, but I was hoping to use a variety of colors just to kind of make it pop. So I used for my card base the pale papaya, and then I put the pool party, you know, this is with the brush stroke embossing folder. So I just kind of wanted to show you this one. There's not much to see really when I don't die cut on camera, but I think you can see how this is a very intricate leaf that's like well cut there. Okay, so I just kind of arranged this, two at the top and one at the bottom. I just kind of like to balance it and try to see if I can kind of make a triangle with it. But, you know, scooching and whatever as you go through. I don't know necessarily that for me this large card needs a whole bunch of little fleur-de-lis. I mean, that might be something you do maybe without the leaves, but I do like how this turned out. Now, I wanted to tell you also that it does have just because, thank you for sharing your heart, just for you, and hello as the possibilities for sentiments. I'm sure I'll mess this up while you're watching, but I thought it would be nice to try and show you this. This is the little tiny rectangle that is included in this die set. So I think it could look really pretty to have it on here. I'm thinking I will try the pool party because I know it's dark enough to see a sentiment. And I'm going to ink up the hello. And we'll see how I do on this. At least if we can just see some color. Oh yeah, totally crazy. But anyway, I just thought that would be cute to put like on one of the leaves there. Maybe add a little bit of ribbon. You know, we have luckily, and I am so happy, the pale papaya in color ribbon is going to carry over. And well, all of the colors of the in color ribbons from last year. So I think this would be really cute to make a bow. I'm just going to do that real fast. And then add the bow to the card. Sort of. Ooh, it has a little funny in it. Maybe I'll have to make a different bow later. But anyway, you get the idea. Just kind of adds a little pop of texture. I'll have to redo that hello, but I think you get the general gist of this one. So that is if you want to use it as a die cut. So now I'm going to try a couple of other things. Let's see here. I have die cut these cut out with both the memento black and then also the crumb cake. So if you want a lighter, sweeter kind of a look, the crumb cake kind of keeps it light. So then I was also kind of planning here that you could stamp onto one of the squares. I'm going to stamp on here and see what I think. just kind of give it, I did 2 different sizes. I did that one with for the Ranunculus, which is the rounded flower. And then I tried a smaller one that I could stamp the delphinium on. So I'm going to go ahead and try a couple of those. I'm going to use my, well, I said I don't know what I did with it though. Here, I put it up. When I put things up, I'm so likely to lose them. Better if I just leave them out in my way. All right, so inking up the Ranunculus. Move that over so I don't ruin it just in case. And then just right on there. Try not to rock it or catch an edge, who knows. Oh, very good. Now, in my opinion, you could easily do this. This has a lot of texture within the stamp. I think this would be beautiful if you stamped it in the soft seafoam or in any color. Like you could make an entire monochromatic card with this set. I think it's perfect for that. But I wanted to try coloring this with our blends just to see what we thought. So let me turn it around there where you can see. I don't know if you haven't looked up Ranunculus on like Google, consider it, because I think they're a really pretty flower and they almost look fake even when they're real. So I think that they look really nice in dark colors, but since it's spring, I wanted to use spring for this. Now I am using the dark seafoam because I have a hard time, I don't know if it's my age or what, but I just don't really see the light seafoam that well. And so I like to use the dark, especially on this one because it has a lot of texture in the stamp. So in order to cover up whatever texture there is a little bit and just kind of let the green pop, it kind of takes the darker color. Okay, so there I've done that. Now one thing that's weird, it does seem to have green a lot of times on the light colors, some green in the middle. So I just kind of did the middle of that one and that one. This one seems to be blown over, so I'm not going to do it. So then that's the light Highland Heather and the light fresh freesia. I'm going to use the freesia, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to do some of these outer petals pretty, I guess you'd say strongly, and then I'm just going to outline it all the way around the Ranunculus. And is that not the strangest word? I wonder where they came up with that. I'm sure I could look it up. And then I'm just kind of going around in a circle like that. And this one I'm going to do kind of the same thing, but it's not exactly turned the same. So I'm just going to kind of fill it in. And then this one I'm going to do kind of more how I colored the green. Just kind of color it in. And I'm going to go around each edge of the petals on this one. Okay, so then now I was hoping, and I hope I've grabbed the right Wink of Stella. No, it doesn't look like I did. Try again. Ooh, I don't want to do that. There we go. Because I just want to get it just like a little smearing of it. Now it will kind of smear the brown, so you have to kind of plan for that and just not care. There we go. Now I could continue and put some on the green as well, but what I was kind of going for here is not completely coloring all of the purple in so that I could leave that the way that it looks circular. And I don't know if I achieved that or not, but that's what I was going for. So then I would just put this on here, and then I would consider like all my little options. Let's see here. I was considering this actually and doing it with a darker green. I know that looks garish in this light, but a lot of the Ranunculus look like they have centers and leaves that are almost a granny apple green. So just something to consider there. But what I was really thinking was just using the white on white and then probably going ahead and coloring the ribbon, you know, the little white that I always use, a 1/4" taffeta, coloring that in with my Granny Apple Green, not Granny Apple Green, I've done it again, with my soft seafoam blends to make a sentiment at the bottom. And then, let's see here, I think these guys are perfect for that, the iridescent bling, or iridescent rhinestone bling, because they're so light and pretty. But I think they really go with the shine that is on this card. So, anywho, and I'm afraid that you guys only see the shine, but anyway, I'm trying to get you to see the rest of it. We'll see. So that is one option. And let's see here. I would probably make that a happy birthday card. And this set doesn't have a happy birthday, but you know, just something to think about. So now I'm going to try this one. I'm going to use the mint macaron background. And then I'm probably going to put it on a double green base of mint macaron and soft seafoam. I was just kind of playing with colors before I started tonight. And I really, whoops, this wasn't the direction that I was going with this. I have another one here. Hold on. What did I do with it? Oh, here it is. There we go. So let me go ahead and put the dark balmy blue in the center. Oh, I think that's plenty dark for these. And then just the buds, I'm going to make them dark as well. And then use my light. Oh, I don't want to use this in because I'm a scribbler, so I like to use the lighter color here. To use that darker, I mean, gosh, I can't even talk. I like to use the end that puts up with the scribbling. And I'm just going back over this, just adding that in. Oh, I better do these guys down here too. There we are. And then I'm just going to use our mint macaron from the regular Stampin' Right markers and go over that. And I'm being careful, try not to get too much ink on this. And then I'm just outlining places that would be green, going up these little stems here of what I've called the delphinium. There we go. All right. So with this one, kind of the same thing. I would probably finish it off with one of those sentiments and possibly even use this stamp set to make an edge across the bottom. You know, I always love to put ribbon across the bottom, but this looks great as well. So let's see what it looks like. I can always flip it over. I've got two sides to my paper, so I can always flip it over if I decide I hate it. So let me ink this and see what I think. Now, the question is, can I get it straight? So the way I'm going to do that is just to line it up on here and then try to see what I'm doing. We'll see if I can. And get it on this side and on this side on the same grid squares. So let's see. I don't know if I've done that. And it occurs to me I didn't mount it straight, so now I'm going to have a problem with that. But anyway, oh well, I could. It wouldn't take much to get this right, and probably using the Stamparatus would get it perfectly pretty quickly. But yeah, that actually is kind of what I was going for, just to kind of add a little bit of interest down here that's not necessarily the ribbon that we're used to all the time. So for my last card, I'm going to go ahead and use all of the stamps as best I can to just kind of make an overlaying, or however you want to call that, card with several different collage type looks on it. So I'm going to use crumb cake first for this lacy piece. And so what I'm going for here, let me see if that's no, that was just fuzz, is just kind of putting a side piece. Let's see if I like that. Well, if I had inked that better, I would have liked it a lot. I would have thought it was just fine and dandy. Oh, I don't think I inked the stamp. Okay, well that'll be a spot that I do again because I do like the way this is lined up. Okay, so now that I've done that one, I'm going to go ahead and do the delphinium in the balmy blue. So this may just turn out to be a mess, but I think it's fun to kind of try old things or new things and just see how they turn out. Okay, I'm going to put the delphinium here. Oh, that's kind of bright. Probably would have been better to color it in, but it may kind of, as we go, it may kind of fall into being less obvious. Okay, now I'm going to use the Blushing Bride for my little ranunculus. I haven't done this in forever. Have you guys done this lately? I have not. Okay, let's see. I'll probably go along and I'll be all happy with it. Oh, hi Char, it's great to see you again. Thank you for hopping by. Okay, so then there is my Blushing Bride with a little bit of crumb cake in it, but I actually kind of like it. Let me turn around where you guys can see. Sorry about that. Okay, and then the other pieces that are in this, this has something about silver plating. I'm not even really sure what they're going for on that, but it's like an order for silver jewelry. It's got this little, see that right there? It looks like an order sheet or something. So I was going to put that at the bottom. So I was thinking that in addition to these colors, that I might also use some black just to kind of, you know, blend it all together. So, and then you know what I'm going to do last? I'm going to do some sponging. So we haven't done that in a long time. And now we have our blending brushes. So I just kind of feel like, hey, I want to try that again. So let's get the black. Excuse me. All right. And this does have a direction, so I'm just trying to put it in the right direction. All right, so I did that. And now I've got this one that has an R and number 1413 Lyle. I don't know what exactly, or it could be Lily. I don't know. I want to put that on here. Just kind of set it up here. Oh, this is not going to be straight. I can tell I'm going to mess that up. But anyway, oh, not too bad. Okay, so I stamped that up here. And then our last piece that we haven't used is our, let's see, it says Souvenir of the Eiffel Tower. So Souvenir de la Tour Eiffel. So anyway, you know my French is great, being from Oklahoma. Haha. Okay, so I'm going to set this one right here on the side, like that. Okay, so to me, I'm done with this. I just need to add some either antiquing, or I was thinking maybe some green just to kind of blend it, because I think I'd like to put it on this particular color. So just kind of making, now if you wanted to make it even more rustic, you could stamp these over and over, you know, stamp some of these a couple of times. But let's see what happens when I use my blending brushes. Let's see if I like it. Because if I prefer, I can always go back and add some crumb cake to just give it more color and stuff. Okay, let's see here. Of course, it's not jumping in my hand. Let's see here. Oh shoot, you guys. I didn't even use it. How could it be missing? What have I done? Well, I can always use the marker and put it on some surface and then just pick it up from there. So I'll do that. Well, I said I would. That marker looks not very good. Let's see if there's anything there. Oh, there was. Okay. Let me get I have a new set of markers that I just got, so maybe it will be juicier. Oh, much juicier. Okay, can you see that? I don't know. I've got some shadows going tonight with, usually when I do this now, I have a lot of light coming in from outside. So I just don't seem to have much tonight. And I apologize for not finding that better. I don't know what I did. I'm trying to remember the last time I used it even. This will just make it a little more interesting how much time it takes me to do it. So I think I can get one more out of this. There we go. All right, let's see here. There we are. Oh, I love them too, Shar. They are a joy, aren't they? So much easier than the little tiny sponge daubers for me. I think just one more swatch of this might do it. Let's see here. This corner. Oh, I think I did kind of a funny thing there. And I can get it wound back off. Let's see. I would probably spend a little more time on this just to get a little more color in it. But I think you can see that that has some pretty decent contrast there with the Blushing Bride. Okay, so with this, I think what I would probably want to do is add some ribbon, maybe even several different colors of ribbon and kinds of ribbon, just to kind of make a grouping here in the corner. This is one of the gray granite ribbon, and I think this could be one that would be really pretty to add a big kind of a fluffy ribbon. Because it kind of needs more of a focal. When you have so many focal points, you need a real focal point. So I think I will go ahead and make a really big ribbon. And then I'll get one to go across here. Tie. Oops. Last time I made one of these, I think, was on a stamp set from last year with Hey Girlfriend. I love that stamp set. So if you've got any that are on your list, be sure and get them before they retire, because some of them are getting low quantities from what I hear. All right, let's see. Okay, so now to me, I think that would be kind of perfect here in the corner, just to have and it's still flat. It would go, I'm going to trim up the edges, but it would still go in the mail without any extra postage, because it is very pliable ribbon. It would just kind of fall down there like that. So I feel like this is another option that we can try to remember to bring back whenever we want, is just doing some collage stamping. So now, to me, to be completely finished, this will need some, but I want to add a little bit more edging to this, a little bit more color. But when this is finished, I think a few of these, again, I was just trying to stick with this time, a few of these iridescent rhinestone bling would be really cute to just spatter around on here and really create a little extra fun for the card. So that was one possibility. And then as I was doing these, I was showing, let's see here, whoopsie, tipped one over there. I was showing the delphinium stamped in our Memento Black on basic white, and then colored with our blends. For the most part, I had to use the Mint Macaron regular Stampin' Right marker. And then I used blends and Wink of Stella on this card. And then to see, it needs to be layered on this for a different look that's not cut out, which you certainly can cut out. They're a lot of fun to cut out. And then the last one, or the first one I did, last one to show you again, was this die cut ranunculus with a lot of kind of chunky looking things and then just a little hello at the bottom. So I think that this stamp set and dies has a lot of uses and can be fun to play with. It's not going to be one that you're like, I've used that once, I'm done. So I appreciate you all watching, and if you don't have a catalog, do message me on Facebook and let me know that you need one. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.